Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Viewers, welcome our Light of Islam program. This is Ramadan program. Our today this program sponsored by Farooq Corporation Limited, powered by Global Fund Management Limited and produced by Wisdom Global Limited. Assalamu alaikum. Today's studio available guest two person, and first of all I introduce Dr. Ashraf Sharafuddin from International University, Malaysia.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Another guest from Malaysia, Dr. Habibullah Galif, International University, Malaysia.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Islam is the complete good of life, and our total complete life part and parcel, and our today topic is Islam and banking, that is Islamic banking. All the life we carry on the one discipline and Islamic manner. For that reason, the Islamic banking is all over and all the global issue, and now Islamic people, Muslim people or other generation or nationalities accept the Islamic banking. Nowadays in Bangladesh, very popular banking, and that prospect, what is the prospect of the Islamic banking in Bangladesh? Please, Dr. Galib.
Thank you, Mr. Farooq, for your nice and valuable questions. As we know that Islamic banking system are getting more popular in Bangladesh. People are getting into it, and I always emphasize these things to everywhere when I deliver my speech or give any lecture, that this Islamic banking system, this is a public demand. It's not from the government, that government making the ruling people to go to the Islamic banking system, but the public themselves, they choose the system they would like. So this Islamic banking system, we can say, is a public demand. The public want it. That's why, or therefore, the most of the banks are moving towards the Islamic system. Some of them are full-fledged Islamic banking system operating. Some of them are having like branches or wings of the Islamic banking system. And now the new trend, or the people are talking about that many of the commercial bank or traditional banks are moving towards fully to operate the Islamic banking system, or they want to convert their bank into the Islamic bank. So it shows that Bangladesh has high demand of Islamic banking system. The prospect of this system of the Islamic banking or Islamic finance in the country is very huge and very high, due to the population, the huge and the vast population of the populated country. Secondly, the people, the majority people, or the Muslim people, those who believe that they have the responsibility towards their faith, towards their iman, to be detached from the haram. Haram means, I'm talking about the riba, the interest. So they want to free themselves from the interest oriented banking or the riba system banking. So they want to at least purify their money, their wealth, themselves from this kind of transaction or this kinds of banking system. So this is the public faith, public interest. So they would like to operate, they would like to practice, or they would like to have their all kinds of transactions, all kinds of business, all kinds of money dealings with the Islamic system. So this is the very good sign that the Islamic banking system has a good potential in the future, because of the demand of the people or the acceptance of the population in the country. So this is the first. Secondly, the Bangladesh is a growing economic, growing country. So it has a lot of potential that it can grow and it can make more flourish to the people, and it can go to the global level. This Bangladeshi model of Islamic banking can export to other country, so people can make Bangladesh, the Islamic banking or the model of the Islamic bank in Bangladesh. They can see that Bangladesh economic, Bangladesh banking sector in operating with the Islamic system are growing, and they are adapting with the people, and they are the successful in their operation. So I would say that it is the very good potential in the future, and it is we hope that it will be successful and it will be accepted by the vast and general people in the country.
Okay, thank you. Now, the Islamic banking, the prospect, what is your opinion, and what are the challenges from Islam banking in Bangladesh?
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wa bihi nasta'een. First of all, thank you very much, Mr. Farouk, and thank you very much for your audience, and my salam and greetings to all of you, and thank you very much for inviting me here to this studio. The topic for discussion today is actually very crucial and very significant, and as your guest Dr. Habibullah mentioned very comprehensively, when you talk about the prospect of Islamic banking and finance in Bangladesh, we have to look at it from different discipline. We have to look at it from micro perspective, and as well as we have to look at it from macro perspective, which is the government side. So when we look at it from the micro perspective first, which is the customers or people, alhamdulillah, we find that Bangladesh, one of the very vast population, and blessed by that, I see it actually having the huge population is actually advantage for any country, and specifically for Bangladesh. And beside that, majority, which is more than 90%, are Muslim population, and that by nature they actually demanding to operate their daily activities, financial activities and bank activities using the Islamic banking and finance. So this is from the macro perspective. When we look at from the macro perspective of the government, which is the government also is the Bangladeshi government is really struggling to provide kind of the what do you call this, the governance or framework and regulatory framework, and struggling to enhance and boost the Islamic banking industry as a demanding sector for the Bangladeshi market. However, beside this opportunity just we mentioned, or prospects, definitely there's some challenges that faced by Islamic banking industry in Bangladesh, as it is faced by many other countries as well. So when we look from the very deep analysis, we find out that the Bangladeshi market, Islamic banking market, still need improving the awareness of the customers or population, how to deal with the banking industry in the first place, then how to deal with the what you call is the Islamic banking product and services. So which means one of the challenges is actually lack of the awareness, that really need to work hand by hand, all institutions, including the education institutions and financial institutions, and then of course the government need to enhance the awareness of population. I'm sure this kind of the discussion in the studio, I think for sure it will be helping to improve the level of the awareness regarding the Islamic banking and finance. And part of it, of course, is the regulatory gaps, which we need to have very robust kind of the regulatory framework to oversight and to basically regulate the industry in order to not misuse or mismanagement by individuals. And as well as there is a total kind of the talent shortage, which means the industry really need someone who, I mean, people who really with the knowledge and experience in different disciplines, not only from the economic perspective or finance, but also we need the Sharia background people or talent who are aware about the economic industry, finance industry and banking industry, because when we talk about the Islamic banking industry, we are talking about very comprehensive system, which is beside what we have, the finance and banking and accounting and all these social sciences. On top of them, we need to have talent who are expert in Islamic studies and usul fiqh, maqasid al-sharia and fiqh, Islamic jurisprudence and so on. And there are also kind of the product limitation, so which means part of the challenges is that the Islamic banking industry in Bangladesh need to innovate more innovative products and services that can improve the economic industry in Bangladesh, and also perhaps operational challenges. So with having that technology that which is now spreading all around the world and helping other industry, so I think operational side also need to enhance and to embed the technology can enhance and overcome the challenges that faced by the Islamic banking industry in Bangladesh.
Thank you. And another issue, there is a why need fintech policy in Bangladesh, and fintech is all the world need new technology, new policy Bangladesh, inside of Bangladesh, why need more very fixed policy, Islamic banking fintech policy?
Thank you very much. I think your question is very timely, important, and perhaps it's linked with my last point just mentioned, that part of the challenge is actually is the embedding or adapting Islamic what we call is the fintech or financial technology. So that's why when we come to this answer, we see that even when you talk about the fintech, actually it's combination of two words, finance and technology. So when we combine these two words, become fintech, financial technology. So why it is important to have very robust framework? Because beside what potentials and opportunities that have the technology to contribute in enhancing and robusting the banking industry, there are also some other challenges and issues that, if not regulated properly, it will be actually misused. So it will be kind of misused in the industry by individuals, and will not rather than boosting the industry, will be actually kind of the what we call will be used in what we call not unethically. So that's why we need a robust regulatory framework, first of all, to preserve the ethical values of using the technology, and beside that also enhancing financial inclusion, because when we talk about the what we call is banking and finance industry, one of the very rising issues that talking about this concept, not only in Bangladesh but all around the world, which is the financial inclusion. There is a lack of financial inclusion in many countries, and the World Bank and IMF, all the what we call international communities, talking about how to enhance the financial inclusivity in the world. So when we talk about the Bangladesh, for example, to enhance the financial inclusivity, to include the vast sector of the population to be involved in financial transaction and banking and finance, so the fintech actually is very important. So that's why regulating the fintech help to include many population as much as possible by regulating and supporting from the government. Of course, part of it is supporting Sharia compliance. So because when we talk about fintech and then we embedding with the Islamic banking, so we need to also ensure the Sharia compliance of the fintech, which is the regulatory side, is important. And also it will help the strengthen the cyber security, which is one of the issues that if not regulated well, so there will be kind of the issue of the cyber security issue and privacy information, right, and preservation of individual information and all that, actually, if not regulated well, then will be what we call negative impact will be high compared to the positive side.
Okay, thank you. But one related matter, that is AI, artificial intelligence. In banking sector, AI uses very much emergency, or it's very much requirement. What is your opinion?
Yeah, when we talk about the financial technology, it's a term. Under the technology, we have variety of what we call the technology or system, which is part of his AI, artificial intelligence. And we have blockchain, we have other technologies, which I'm not, my background is not the technology, but based on my research on technology, fintech and all that, AI, of course, one of the very strong tool using in the technology, in part of the technology that can be benefit a lot the Islamic banking industry for facilitating the process and also transparency, and also it facilitates the tracking records, and also it can be used by Islamic banks for credit scoring and some other benefits that can benefit the Islamic bank industry. But as I said, if not regulated properly, then it will become kind of the burden to the Islamic banking industry.
Okay, thank you very much. And now please discuss your opinion about Islamic banking development of Bangladesh and future issues.
Thank you, Mr. Farooq. I would like to continue the discussion, as Dr. Ashraf said, the regulatory issues. To develop any system or any idea or any model, it must have to have a system that is comprehensive, concrete and complete. What we mean of that is, like, when you're operating any Islamic system, it must follow the Sharia rules, the Islamic law. Let's say the challenges that just now discussed by Dr. Ashraf. What are the challenges in Bangladesh for the Islamic banking system? First of is the Sharia compliance. Many of the Islamic banks are not following exactly the Sharia rulings. Let's say we do not have the kinds of filtering system of the investment or whatever it is, the Sharia filtering system. Like Islam has a prohibited elements like the business and all these things, but how we filter it? So that is the question. So it has to be very much like strongly and very much like thoroughly to filter the product and the investment and all kinds of transaction of the Islamic banking system. Secondly, about the financial technology, all these things need to develop more and more, so to protect and to secure the investor, those or the shareholder or the stakeholders of the Islamic banks in Bangladesh, that they are not fall into the trap, or they are not losing the investment or the shares in order to lacking of the technological parts that we have, like fintech, as we mentioned, because now the world is moving to the digitalization. All the money matters, the transactions, everything is going through the digitalization. Let's say these kinds of now the bKash, Rocket, all these things, the mobile banking, all internet banking. So these are the things that the banks must be very much careful that the stakeholders, the customer and the clients are protected, their money and wealth are protected. So that must be very much concerned by the authority or the management of the banks, those who are running the system. So it's very much needed for the banks to purchase or to adopt the AI or the fintech, whatever the system we call for this kinds of management of the system. They must protect and they must look into the interest of the client and the customer.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now we are just last question, one question, that is how the Islamic bank industries contribute the economic development in Bangladesh.
Thank you very much regarding the very crucial question. which is the ultimate goal of adapting the new system, which is Islamic banking and finance, and spending perhaps 100 millions to have robust Islamic banking and finance, all that. Ultimate goal actually is economic growth. Ultimate goal is how to enhance the welfare of society, right? So that's why if you look at it from the economic perspective, the Islamic banking and finance definitely has huge potential to contribute in economic development of any economic of the country, including the Bangladesh. Why so? Because simple reason, when we look at from the product perspective, for example, and services that provide Islamic banks, we compare it with the conventional, we find out that Islamic banking product and services, we have variety of Islamic banking products can be channeled different segment of the society. For example, what we have, let's say, SMEs products, small and intermediate products for small and micro businesses. That the majority.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Ashraf, and thank you, Dr. Galib, and thank you, viewers. Today our program up to this, and we see and waiting for next episode. Thank you very much.